Thank you, Senator Gillibrand. I think we all have to ask ourselves, what was the lesson of the last election? Why were people so afraid? Why were people so concerned? Why were people so angry? They're angry because so much of their life they're challenged. They're challenged in saving for retirement. They're challenged in paying their student loans. They're challenged in getting a mortgage and being able to afford housing as housing costs continue to escalate. They're challenged in a globalization and in a world that's changing, where the workforce is changing. But I think one of the main reasons why people feel challenged is because they can't provide for their kids. The insecurity of getting up every day and knowing I've got to go to work and it doesn't matter. And if you don't have a parent, if you don't have a secondary source, if your child's sick, if you don't have something to fall back on, which many people in this country do not, then you have insecurity in your life, because you have to make the most desperate choice a human being can make. The choice between putting food on the table or taking care of your kids. That's wrong on so many levels. And so if we truly believe, as I do and as the senators up here do, that we can do better. You know, I liken this program to unemployment insurance. No one would say, let's get rid of unemployment insurance today. It is that safety net that gives people the ability to put food on the table. This is the insurance that you get if you're pregnant and need to stay home with the baby. This is the insurance you get if you are, in fact, a mother with children taking care of her elderly parents who are sick. This is the opportunity that you have to not have it all, but to at least be able to survive during very, very challenging times. Now, I know that my colleagues share this. I was very excited during the president's speech when he talked about paid family leave, and we saw the rise in the standing ovation that was given that concept across the whole body. And what that tells you is there is an opportunity. This is a president, certainly a president's daughter, who gets this as a young mother, who understands that we're all privileged here. As Amy talked about, you know, what if you didn't have that law firm? What if you didn't have a husband who could switch jobs? What if you were just working minimum wage? Mm-hmm. You know, we're all blessed up here because we do have options. The average person in this country does not. In North Dakota, a huge percentage of our population does not have 1 day of sick leave. And you might say, what does this mean for small business? Kirsten and I did a small business event. They were thrilled because they can't offer this protection. But if we broaden the risk pool, if we include everyone, we can get small businesses into offering this service, not having to deal with retraining, saving money for their business, but also creating a society that understands and appreciates what's going on in Americans' lives today. And so this is the challenge. The challenge is to reach out to the other side of the aisle that clapped loudly for the concept of reducing or helping with daycare and helping with paid family leave, to reach across and say, what should that program look like? And we know that this works. It's worked in many other states, as I'm sure Kirsten has talked about here. But as somebody who every day thinks about, how do I represent the people of my state? How do I do what needs to be done to give that economic security to people in my state? I think that this is a keystone provision for young families, young mothers, young dads, and for assisting with aging and elderly parents. And it is not just for the good of that family, it is for the good of this country. This is an economic win-win, and we have to do this sooner rather than later if we are going to respond to the economic security that so many in this country live every day and certainly feel kind of passionate about.